Hey guys, back with some more Bazaar, looking at some Stelle leaks. Just a quick reminder to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Really appreciate it. Been seeing a lot of cool growth recently, and it really does help the channel out. And I love making content like this for you guys. Without further ado, let's get into it. So there are a bunch of items here. Now there are no descriptions or anything like that, but we're going to do some theory crafting today as to what these things are. But basically what we can see here is a Stelle board. So, I guess, let's just get straight into it. So, I guess we have some kind of weapons. We have darts over here, what looks to be some kind of flying shield or wheel of some kind, both of them with multicast. Then we have some kind of like wood glue, it seems, a flying vehicle like an airship, a bomb tied to a balloon, big red button, a bike with a balloon, and this here seems to be a passive item, because if we go to the next couple of ones we can see here, we're looking at the same board, and we have some kind of scaling here. So if we go back, these are at 33 damage, we have these at 286, and since it's a bomb, I guess it's fair enough to say, right, that it just gets destroyed. Now, I don't know what it does on destroy, but obviously these are getting scaled from somewhere, right? There are no skills here that would let it get scaled. So my idea is that either this passive item or something along these lines is when something gets destroyed or when an item gets destroyed on maybe Stell's board, is that their damage scales somehow. I've got no clue what the other items do. Like, if we just think thematically, yes, these do damage, and that's probably the only thing that they do. But then what does the ship do? Like, what is it going to do? And then obviously the bomb is pretty straightforward as well, because it just destroys itself and does a bunch of damage and burn. But then also, what does the red button do? I'm going to assume that this is some kind of charging mechanic, and then with the wood, like with the glue, I'm a little bit clueless. And then we have this like targeting sort of thing over here as well, and which I'm also clueless about. So that's kind of my idea so far. On another note, I do love the art style of this stuff. It does look really cool. I love the steampunk vibe that Stelle brings. Then we have a shop, and we can see some little labels here. So we have some kind of glider, which the person who got this image thinks is a vehicle. Then we have the box cutter, which is obviously a tool. This seems like some kind of drone, and they think it's going to be typeless, and this one here is similar. Some kind of paper plane, which they also think is going to be typeless. I got no clue what these two do. Obviously, we have a weapon here. I think this will just be a small weapon with no kind of special effect. I think it'll just do something. It might have the vehicle tag, and that might be what makes it funky, but this person thinks that it's typeless, so we have more items here. So we've had a look at some of the stuff and what it looks like in combat, but we have some tech sort of stuff here, like a drone delivery bot. It's a vehicle. I can't see it being a friend, like what they've said here. For me, I think it's vehicle, maybe tech. I have got no clue. What I think it is something that drops like a loot item, a vehicle item maybe, or some kind of tool for Stelle, like similar to like a fishing rod or a a shovel or something along those lines, because it's a delivery bot, right? Like I think that that's what it's going to be. Then we have what looks to be some kind of hot roller, like we can see it going through the sand and making glass in its wake. No clue what the cooldown's going to be. Obviously it's a burn vehicle of some kind. No clue what the activation is going to be, but I do think that it's interesting. Then we have some propellers here. I assume that this is either I think it might be a passive item, and it has something to do with vehicles. Like maybe it makes your vehicles faster, or maybe it is an active item like Shadow, the Vanessa item, which just on activation reduces the cooldown. That would be my assumption, is that it makes your vehicles faster in some way. Then we have the same vehicle here again, the weapon. We have the little paper plane, the box cutter. Now these two are also ones that we haven't seen. So we have an apparel. It's probably going to be like a pilot jacket or like Stell's jacket or something. Absolutely no clue what this is going to do. I would assume if it is a pilot jacket specifically, I would assume that it has something to do with like, you know, some sort of interaction with vehicles or flying items. That would be interesting as if they included that sort of tag, flying. And I think that was supposed to be maybe like some kind of mechanic that they were going to release with Stelle, as the flying mechanic. I heard about it vaguely. I don't know if it's true or not. But I think that you know, it is, you know, kind of, I'm unaware if they're releasing a new mechanic along with a new character. But it would make sense. Like, we're seeing a lot of flying themed stuff. I've got no clue what either of these would do. We just have a tech, maybe vehicle friend. Like, it looks friendly. It looks like a little guy, but I've got no clue what it's doing. It seems like it has speakers on the side, so it's some kind of announcement bot. So, we have Burn Enchant on our little drone guy. We have some headphones, which, yes, would probably be apparel. We have, it looks like some kind of unicycle or a saw of some kind. I think it's a saw. Like, I kind of thought that that was a seat at first. So we've got some weapons, a flare gun that's maybe a tool. Then we have a bird cage. And then we have some kind of thrusters or exhaust for a hot air balloon. I don't know what they're called specifically, but where all the hot air comes out of. This is interesting. I'm not sure what the bird cage does. Like, it makes sense that it's a shield item. The flare gun, I'm not sure thematically what that would do. Like, obviously, the saw does damage. The drone can do damage. The flying vehicle with guns does damage. Then we've got a burn item here, which maybe also has something to do with vehicles, since it's a hot air balloon sort of thing. So maybe this burn item has some kind of unique interaction with vehicles. And yeah, not sure what these will do. Feel free to comment down below if you have any theory crafting ideas. Yeah, that's all the leaks. I'm very, very excited for Stelle. She seems really, really cool. And yeah, I'm pumped. And hey, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. I really appreciate you guys watching all the way through, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.